So we're going to go over common factoring here. And we have two terms in our common factoring. And you could have 3 terms, 4 terms, right? We're just going to focus on the 2. What we want to do is get a feel for all the different types of terms. So we have our coefficients, which are 6 and 8. And coefficients are the numbers in front of our variables, right? And it's 6 and think of it actually as -8, okay? We also have an x variable, okay, in both of our terms. And we also have a y variable in both of our terms. We want to find a common factor for all 3. Okay? So I can start by going, okay, 6 and 8, what is a common factor? So what are the factors of 6? Do you remember doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of. So like 1 and 12?
That'll be a multiple.
Oh.
These are numbers that multiply to 6. So the only numbers, there's 1 and 6, 1 times 6, and 2 and 3. All right? I didn't put them in order, and it does help if you do. Factors of 8 would be 1 and 8. You know any others?
2.
Times.
4.
Yeah, 2 times 4 is 8. Okay. So we're going to look for the greatest common factor right here. So the greatest common factor, well, 1 is a factor, but it's not the greatest. 2 is a factor, and then those are the only common factors. So 2. So what that means is we're going to divide, okay, and we're going to be dividing both terms by something. But we're going to divide the 6 and the -8 by the value of 2 to start. Okay. Then we need to find the common factors of our variables. Now these can seem confusing. I have x squared and x. And really the common factor is the variable with the lowest exponent. So what's the lowest exponent in this one? X. And do you know what power that's to? I'm actually going to change part of this question just to help us, give us some variety. What power that is also?
0?
It's not 0 actually, it's nothing there. It's technically the number 1.
Oh,
okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to divide each of these terms by x to the power of 1. Okay? And finally, our y terms, I have y cubed and y squared, which means which one am I going to use?
The second one.
The lower one. So we're going to divide by y squared each of these. Okay? So to start off, our coefficients. Well, 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. Okay? Oh, sorry, that's wrong. To start off, really what I got to do is now rewrite our common factor. This is the common term. So we're going to have 2xy squared. And then in our brackets, we're going to be writing what these equate to, these two things. So we'll have 2 terms in our brackets. But the common term, the number we divided by, the same thing, each of them, that comes the outside. Sorry about that. So, like we said before, 6 divided by 2 gives us our value of 3. X squared divided by x to the power of 1. Well, we subtract the exponents. Okay? So 2 subtract 1 gives us 1. So we still have x to the power of 1. Okay? We know we're going to have a y, and we subtract our exponents. What's 3 subtract 2? 1. So that's the exponent, it's 2. Okay? Now, -8 divided by 2 will give us -4. This is technically to the power of 1. So we have x, and what's 1 subtract 1?
0.
0. And we're going to have a y. What's 2 subtract 2?
0.
0. Okay. Now, I can simplify this a little. I know we got a lot of funny looking exponents here. Okay. And this answer is right, but your teacher will probably want you to write in a more simplified version. So 2xy squared, that's a common factor. 3, when we have to the power of 1, we don't have to write that 1 in. We can just write x. And same with the y, we don't have to write the 1 in. Now, when something's to the power of 0, it actually equals 1.
Okay.
So, in other words, it's like writing, now this might seem confusing, x to the power of 0 is 1, y to the power of 0 is 1. So what's -4 times 1 times 1?
-4.
Just -4. So really, this is a step we can probably skip, but I wanted to show you what we're doing. Your final answer in the most simplest form would look like this, 3xy -4. Okay, so that's why this is a difficult question, because that kind of happened there in the end. Okay. But the common factoring we've got to divide, we find common factors for each of the terms involved, and we take that out as our common factor.